This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, Alex Eala ignites Guadalajara 125 Open with back-to-back victories. Carlo Paalam opens World Boxing Championship journey with impressive victory. Tenorio del Rosario defend Gilas boys after historic Under-16 Asia Cup exit. Tyson versus Mayweather, the dream showdown boxing fans never thought they'd see coming spring 2026. Roy Jones Jr. finally receives 1988 Olympic gold medal from Korean foe. And joining us live in the BNC studio is Filipino Pro Wrestling's unstoppable force, Legendarius the Great. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 5th of September. Now, here's our roundup. Filipino tennis star Alex Eala hustles through 2 matches in a single day, booking her spot in the semifinals. Alex Eala completed a stunning comeback against Varvara Lepchenko, 6-7, 7-6, 6-3 in their rain-delayed round of 16 match, picking up where she left off to advance to the quarterfinals. The Filipino ace then dispatched Italy's Nicole Fossa Huergo 7-6, 6-2, securing her semifinal spot. Ranked number 75 in the world and second seeded in the tournament, Eala survived another tiebreak in the opening set but wrapped up the match in straight sets. She will face American Kayla Day in the semifinals on Saturday. Eala is eyeing another run to the final and her first WTA championship after finishing runner-up at the Lexus Eastbourne Open last June. The Guadalajara Open marks Eala's first tournament since her second-round exit at the US Open last week. She will also compete in the Sao Paulo Open on September 8 to 14 in Brazil. Meanwhile, Tokyo Olympic silver medalist Carlo Paalam made a statement in Liverpool, showing sharp skills in his first fight at the World Boxing Championships. Paalam dominated Taiwan's Su Chao-chun in the men's 55-kilogram division, earning a clean, unanimous decision win to kickstart his campaign in style. The road ahead gets tougher as he prepares for a clash with Junior Alcantara of the Dominican Republic on September 9, a match that could set the tone for his quest for glory. Also seeing action for the Philippines, Jun Milardo Ogaire, as he locked horns with Lai Chuen of Taiwan in the men's 60-kilogram division on Friday. Ronald Chavez tests his mettle against Ireland's Matthew Cole in the men's 70-kilogram round of 32. And Riza Pasuit is ready to trade leather with Ragad Al Naimi of Saudi Arabia in the women's 60-kilogram division on Sunday. Team Philippines is charged up and the battle for world boxing supremacy is just getting started. Gilas Pilipinas boys head coach L.A. Tenorio and Deputy Richard Del Rosario defended their players against online criticism following the team's early exit from the FIBA Under-16 Asia Cup in Mongolia. The Nationals failed to advance to the quarterfinals for the first time in history, losing 66-79 to a much-improved Bahrain squad in the qualification round. In an Instagram post, Tenorio commended the young players for their sacrifices, balancing tournament preparations with school commitments. He said that the outcome was not what the team hoped for, but he wanted to recognize the incredible sacrifices and resilience of the young players. Their dedication, hard work, teamwork, and sacrifices were inspiring since day one, and he expressed pride in the team. He added that the loss did not define them, and it should be seen as a stepping stone for greater achievements. He emphasized that the team would continue to fight for the country. Despite the post, critics continued to comment online. Tenorio responded to questions about not including foreign players, explaining it was due to school schedules and the demands of the team's daily routine. He also urged detractors to be respectful. He stated that those who could not say anything positive about the players should remain silent and reminded them that they did not know the sacrifices made by the young athletes. Del Rosario also defended the team, highlighting the unseen efforts of the 16-year-old players. He noted that not everything could be seen on TV or YouTube. Many sacrifices went unnoticed, including riding motorcycles in the rain to attend practice, balancing schoolwork in the afternoon, and then heading straight to the national team practice until midnight. He reminded everyone that the players were only 16 years old and they fought for the country. Indeed, maybe we all can manage our expectations and rally behind a team that is still learning and growing. Now, stop what you're doing, because boxing history is about to be made again. Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather have agreed to collide in an explosive exhibition fight slated for spring 2026. First reported by TMZ with Uncrowned backing up the bombshell announcement. The exact date is still a mystery, but the hype is real and the bout is already being marketed as legend versus legend. For Mayweather, the exhibition means his untouched 50-0 legacy remains secure. For Tyson, now 59, it's one more shot to remind the world why he once struck fear into every man who stepped into the ring. Tyson's last professional fight was in 2005, with a brief return in 2024 against Jake Paul. Meanwhile, Mayweather, at 48, has made exhibitions his playground since retiring in 2017, including high-profile matches against Logan Paul and John Gotti III. Well, this is going to be a clash of eras. Tyson versus Mayweather, a match that promises to leave the boxing world either breathless or wondering what makes these legends keep going back to the ring. I don't know, what do you guys think? What a stunning turn of events more than 3 decades after one of boxing's most controversial finishes. Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest boxers of all time, now holds the gold medal from the 1988 Seoul Olympics, thanks to the man who once stood across from the ring against him, South Korean boxer Park Si-hoon. In an emotional gesture, Park traveled to Jones's ranch in Pensacola, Florida, and handed over the medal that many believe Jones had rightfully won. The scene was captured in a video posted on Jones's YouTube channel where Park stood in the ring with both families present. With his son translating, Park said,
로이 존스 주니어의 홈에서 내가 이 메달을
He won the gold. At the time, he had the gold, but he wants to give back to you, that it belongs to you.
Back in 1988, Park was awarded a 3-2 split decision over Jones in the light middleweight final, a result that sparked outrage around the world, even as Park himself lifted the stunned Jones into the air. The controversy left Park with criticism and years of heavy burden, while Jones went on to claim the Val Barker Trophy for Best Boxer of the Games, before launching a legendary career with 4 division titles and a 66-9 record. Decades later, the return of the medal symbolizes more than a correction. It stands as a powerful moment of respect, redemption, and true sportsmanship. Monza, the fastest track on the F1 calendar, home of Ferrari and the beating heart of Italian racing. This weekend marks the Italian Grand Prix, round 16 of the 2025 season, and the last European stop before the flyaway races begin. This isn't just a race, it's a pilgrimage for the Tifosi, a city-wide celebration of speed, steel, and steadfast loyalty. Fans pack the grandstands in Ferrari red. The smell of espresso filling the air as racing history is rewritten at 200 miles per hour. This year, the Reds are carrying hope, cheering on Charles Leclerc, last year's winner, and Lewis Hamilton, making his first appearance at Monza as a Ferrari driver. Hamilton is entering with a 5-place grid penalty and a season without a podium with Ferrari. But the emotional charge from the fans gives him fuel. Add to that a nod to Ferrari's legacy, a 50th anniversary tribute to Niki Lauda with a special red and white retro livery, and a demonstration lap by Jean Alesi in a V12 Ferrari 412 T2. Monza is as much about the past as it is about the present. On track, Monza may host the fastest lap in F1 history, with the current record averaging over 264 kilometers per hour. Teams are dialed into minimum downforce setups, tight DRS zones, and max engine output to hunt those hundredths of a second. In the title fight, Oscar Piastri lands in Monza with a 34-point lead over Lando Norris. McLaren has been unstoppable. So can Ferrari disrupt the party at home? But there's one advantage no engine can match. The Tifosi, a sea of red that cheers for every corner, every pass, every moment. You can't engineer that kind of support. You have to feel it. So break that down. Hot Monza sun, speed, history, and rivalry. Leclerc and Hamilton will face the pressure of a lifetime. McLaren looks unstoppable. And all the while, Monza is watching. All eyes on the temple of speed. And here's your daily dose of sports lingo. If you don't believe humans can fly, then you don't know Salto. A salto is a high-flying move where the gymnast performs a somersault in midair and can be done forward, backward, or even with added twists. The word comes from the Italian term for jump, and in gymnastics it means or defines power, precision, and aerial control. Sticking to a perfect salto isn't just a flip, it's proof that gymnasts can defy gravity. It's time for our off-court buzzer. Caitlin Clark, the superstar guard of the Indiana Fever, will miss the rest of the 2025 WNBA season, leaving the team scrambling for a playoff spot. The 2024 Rookie of the Year announced she will not return after an injury-ridden sophomore campaign, saying she had hoped to share a better update but will not be returning to play this season. Clark played in only 13 games this year, averaging 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5 rebounds before suffering a right groin injury in the final minute of the Fever's victory over the Connecticut Sun on July 16. She missed 28 of 41 games, including the Commissioner's Cup win over Minnesota, the WNBA All-Star Game, and the three-point contest. Indiana is clinging to the final playoff spot with a 21-20 record, 3 games left against the Chicago Sky, Washington Mystics, and top-seeded Minnesota Lynx, while the battle continues with Golden State Valkyries, Seattle Storm, and Los Angeles Sparks for the final postseason berths. So let's just hope that the WNBA's greatest draw will soon be healthy enough to make a return to the hardcourt. Get well, CC. And that's our roundup for tonight, the 5th of September. When we return, Filipino Pro Wrestling's unstoppable force, Legendarius the Great, joins us live right here at the PNC studio. That's up next, right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. He is the force behind the cult of Sigma, known for his savvy discarte inside the ring, who possesses an uncanny ability to outwit and outplay his opponents. Please welcome to the BNC studio, the one and only Legendarius the Great of Filipino Pro Wrestling. Sigma. There he is. Ayan na po. Legendarius the Great. Hey, don't leave me hanging, brother. Maraming salamat. Welcome to The Scorecard, sir. Have a seat.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
All right, big things happening this coming September 14, FPW Unfinished Business. Nabalitaan ko, may mga bisitang darating dito sa
Yes.
Pilipinas. Can you tell us a little bit about this match? 5-on-5, ubusan ng lahi.
Yes, so it's a culmination of a few shows where we've had international wrestlers coming from Grapple Max. They are Singaporean wrestlers. Last Astig, we had Kali versus SPD. Nanalo si SPD. We had the YOLO Twins versus Julian Creed and Big Dave. Nanalo ang YOLO Twins.
Okay.
And right now, we have Unfinished Business. And we settle it on a 5v5 elimination tag match. Basically, Survivor Series rules on FPW Unfinished Business. You'll have the YOLO Twins, Kali Nueva, Joshua Elevista, and the best of them all, Legendarius the Great.
Wow.
Going against SPD, Hotshot, Christian, Big Dave, and Julian Creed. 5v5, ubusan ng lahi. Literal na lahi ang maglalaban dito. Be there. It will be the best show you'll see all year.
So it's 1-1 based on the matchups that you said earlier.
Yes.
Kaya ito yung unfinished business na mangyayari dito. Nakita ko nga yung post ng YOLO Twins. Filipinos built Singapore daw. The Singaporeans didn't like that when they went over there and they were waving that poster.
Well, of course, they wouldn't like that but it's an inconvenient truth. Pero nationalistic pride is inherent naman talaga, lalo na tayo as species, di ba? Very tribalistic. It's the thing that got us surviving the past millennia. So it's a battle of national pride. For me, it's the battle of FPW versus Grapple Max. Two promotions going head-to-head. And of course, I also want Singapore to be converted into Sigma 4, courtesy of the leader of Sigma, Legendarius the Great.
Okay, hold on, Mr. Legendarius. May tanong lang ako kasi
Okay.
medyo confused ako dito sa lineup nyo. I'm a little bit concerned. I'm concerned with this lineup, okay?
Okay.
Because I know this Cali Nueva. I've seen him perform. He's a good guy. The YOLO Twins, no, those guys are no good, okay? Those guys are troublemakers. And then you, I don't know where you are. And then that new guy earlier that was shown on the big screen, I don't know if he's good or he's bad. How are you gonna set your differences aside and get on the same page so that we can defend home court sa FPW unfinished business?
Well, first of all, I understand FPW's mission na they tapped into me kasi this is such a big event, great stakes, so kailangan nila Legendarius the Great. And I don't know if you would count me as a good guy or a bad guy personally, lalo na pag first time ako nakita. Pero I see myself as the moral and virtuous character in FPW and all of Pinoy wrestling. So I will band together my teammates, basically para kaming Avengers dito, and we will beat the threat of these Singaporean villains that will attend and perform on FPW unfinished business.
So lumalabas pala, Legendarius, ikaw yung glue guy. You're
Yes.
the glue that brings Team FPW and Team Pilipinas together this coming September 14.
Yes.
All right. Okay, we're seeing some of the pictures here and I saw also sa Instagram, yan, kalaban mo si Kali dito. This was a, what do you call this? Secret show?
Yes, it's a secret show.
So, saan ba nangyayari itong secret show na to and how do fans get to watch you guys perform?
Well, the secret show takes place usually on the Kowloon House, Matalino Street. Secret base namin siya.
Okay.
And that's where we conduct our secret shows. And for details on that, you have to subscribe. You have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Phil Pro Wrestling. Follow us on IG at Phil Pro Wrestling. Pero yung other events namin, they take place on Bake Studios sa Cal Street, Makati City. That's where we'll have FPW Unfinished Business on September 14. Our Astig shows take place on Makati City as well. So, yeah, we have a lot of events all year round. Subscribe lang kayo sa mga channels namin, follow us, and you'll get lists and more updates on future shows that we'll have.
Ito ba yung faction mo?
Yes, yes.
This is your faction? What do you call your faction?
We call ourselves simply as Sigma. Yan si Jason Rex, yan yung greatest apprentice ko. Parang anak na ang tingin ko dyan. Si AB3, yung
Who's that
matangkad. Para siyang Benji Paras yung kalbo. That's also another one of my favorite apprentices. And you'll see them dominating Phil Pro Wrestling in the foreseeable future.
Now, I have a question because when I first saw one of your videos, sabi ko, are you a manager? Are you a wrestler? But you also fight. You also
Yes.
fight inside the ring. I think you're one of the few managers who actually have some mic skills and actually fight in the ring.
Okay,
So, paano
thank
mo
you.
na-develop yung ganong klaseng ability that you can do both?
Well, yung ability ko to speak, it came way before I've ever decided that I was going to be a wrestler. Meron na, yung Sigma siya, matagal na siya, ilang years na siya. Actually, Jason Rex was an apprentice of mine way before. He got me training FPW, and eventually, I enjoyed the training. Na-realize ko, it's changing me. Nagkakaroon ako ng better habits, and I'm getting stronger, more powerful, and I decided na, why just let my apprentices do the fighting for me when I can dominate in the ring just like them and spread the message of becoming great?
Well, I'm happy that good, bad people in the gray will join forces para depensahan itong home court natin ng Pilipinas sa darating na September 14, FPW, unfinished business, ubusan ng lahi. Of course, we have Legendarius here. Legendarius, your message to the Singaporeans who might be watching, ano masasabi mo sa kanila before the fight, which is 8 days from now?
Okay, so Team Singapore Grapple Max, I understand that you are attending our FPW Unfinished Business to try and win for your home country. But right now, you just set your dreams aside because they will be nothing but dreams. Because once you get in the ring with Team Filipino Pro Wrestling, your chances of winning go down to 0%, especially with Legendarius the Great leading and dominating the team.
Just make sure, Legendarius, that we will be on the same page on September 14. Manunod tayo niyan. Abangan natin, suportahan natin. Filipino Pro Wrestling, September 14, 2 p.m. Legendarius, thank you so much
Thank you so
for the
much.
time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Up next, two young lefties ready to leave their mark. Alex Eala riding the wave after a double win. Kayla Day, fresh off a major upset. The door to the final is open. Who steps through? We are about to find out. So keep your eyes on the prize. Welcome back to the Scorecard. It's time to keep your eyes on the prize. Let's talk about Alex Eala, because what she just did in Guadalajara, that was straight up gutsy. 2 matches in 1 day, and she's still standing. That's the kind of I refuse to quit performance that makes people sit up and realize this 20-year-old isn't just hype. She's building something real. First, she had to finish her rain-delayed match against Varvara Lepchenko, down a set, back against the wall, and still, Eala fights her way through another brutal tiebreak before closing it in 3. That alone would have been a solid day at the office, but no time to celebrate, because a couple hours later, she's back on the court. You'd think fatigue would be an issue, right? But no, Eala looks sharper, wins another tiebreak, then just blows past Nicole Fosa-Huergo in the second set. She's seeded second here, rank 75 coming in, but remember, just a couple months ago, she cracked the top 60, highest ever for a Filipino player. Now, this is not a Cinderella run. This is a young player figuring out how to turn potential into consistency. And let's not forget, she's already made a WTA final this year at Eastbourne. She knows what it takes to make a deep run. But the question is, now, can she finish? Kayla Day, another lefty, took out the third seed Emiliana Arango to get here. First time these two are meeting, and it feels like a measuring stick for both. Day's been the underdog all week. Eala's the one with the target on her back. Pressure rises, and one of them is going to walk out with a shot at the first WTA title. Eala's not just chasing a trophy in Guadalajara, she's chasing legitimacy on tour. She's chasing the idea that she belongs in the conversation, not just as the pride of the Philippines, but as one of the next breakout stars in tennis. After 2 wins in 1 day, you cannot question her toughness. Now, it's just about finishing the job. Stay locked in as the road to Guadalajara heats up. Here's your semifinal spotlight for tomorrow. And that's a wrap on our Guadalajara preview. Alex Eala just played 2 matches in 1 day and she's still standing. But Kayla Day isn't here to be anyone's footnote. 2 lefties, 1 ticket to the final. Who cracks? Who climbs? Tune in, lock in, and as always, keep your eyes on the prize. Before we go, think on this. From the face of Ferrari in Formula 1, known for his fearless pursuit of speed and relentless drive, Charles Leclerc once said, "I'm just focusing on myself to be the better version of myself whenever I get on the track." And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Good night.